had a customer downstairs, and it was a couple of years ago, so my office is very close, and the customer was yelling hard. And I walked downstairs, and it ended up being somebody that I'm related to, that did not know that I work here at the time. And by the time we peeled the onion to find out what the issue was, found that she had mistakenly booked London to Lagos instead of Lagos to London. And it was our error. And we're able to find a solution for her, like we do for every single customer. And that for me was very humbling, to find out to send a signal to everyone that without the customers we don't have a business, and that the customer is number one.
I think one that still strikes is last year during the grand finale of the Wakana Express, a campaign, our roadshow that took us across multiple cities and ended up here at the head office. A customer walked in where I think we were giving out a couple of free tickets. We had like a raffle where customers could win a free ticket, and he didn't even know anything was going on. He just walked in and wanted to buy a ticket, and we asked him, okay, just participate in the raffle, you never know. And he happened to be the lucky one that won the ticket, and the sheer shock on his face, like he didn't believe it until the ticket was actually issued. I mean, I came down, took pictures with him, but you know when you're taking pictures with someone and the person still has like this spaced out look, because he was shocked. And for me, it was a proud moment. We had the airline that partnered with us to give out the ticket. They were there. So when he saw everything that was going on, of course he believed, but he still left there in shock. And that is the kind of shock, positive shock, that we like to give to our customers. So yeah, that was one memorable one for me. There are 12 months in a year, right? Let's start from there. So we'd say maybe on the average of twice in a month, sometimes even more than that if you count local, intra-Africa. So I would put it at under 30, around the 30 range.
No, so I'll be honest, let's be honest, I travel way more than Nike. My job requires, as group CEO, my job requires me to oversee the entire entity. We do a couple of trips every year.
Yeah.
We do quite a number of trips together. The trips are exhausting because we're going to negotiate a deal somewhere.
Meetings,
I know
back-to-back.
we're in Doha, we're in a lot of countries last year, WTM, London, Miami. I know, but I travel more. We have other CEOs in the business. With Ladi, I travel quite a bit on the Calabar side to go. We're in Vegas together to go do some deals in Vegas. So I travel. I think in the company I travel the most.
Yeah, giving our global,
yes, correct,
our very aggressive global expansion last year. So of course, the job calls for it.
Yeah, the job calls for it. Yeah.
Customer is important to
everyone.
Entire business. Every single Waka tribe member, the customer, and everybody knows that customer focus is number one to us. The customer feeds us, literally. Literally. If we don't take care of the customer, we cannot take care of our people. And I think that is one message that is clear and resonates across the entire organization, down to every single entity, every single staff that works here. So yeah, customer is king, customer is number one, customer focus is our number one leadership principle in Wakana.
We get on the phone also and talk about how we can improve customer experience. You know, sometimes with scale comes a couple of problems that you did not envisage they're going to have with scale because of the complexity of it. But again, we live for the customer, we work for the customer, we are here for the customer. Wakana was built for the customer and is all about the customer.
Thankfully, there's technology now that you can leverage to ensure that you're connected to your people and your team. I think the reality of work and life now has transcended physical availability at every single time. There's sometimes you have to be away from the business. There's sometimes you have to be away from, and when I say away, physically away from your family. But thankfully there's technology, there's video calls, there is sometimes going on business trips with your family. There's sometimes taking work home, so the flexibility of somewhat integrating work and life makes that balance sometimes easier to achieve. But yes, thankfully there's technology that makes physical presence no longer as much as a barrier as it used to be.
We take our families with us oftentimes because we don't have the bandwidth to spend time with them, and we really want to, and we have a work engagement that we have to go to, so sometimes we have to travel with them. Again, work-life balance is tough at the higher you go, and we try to just find a balance by taking work to family or bringing family to work. She's a driven, results-driven person. No lamba, no big English, no big grammar. She would do it not the same style with me. We have two separate personalities, but the outcomes that we're able to deliver together or individually is the same, which is results, good results, successful results, and that's one strength. Also annoying because when you give her, she wants it all. She does. You can't give her and take and say, I want to stay there and monitor. No. She wants it all, and you must respect that.
One thing that I personally have learned, from working with him and trying to also adopt, is his appetite for risk. I think it needs to be studied somewhere. Yeah, because this man will take risks that sometimes you wonder, why are we doing what we're doing? But it's not only, of course you have to be a visionary to be able to take risk, but it's one thing to be able to envision something, but it's another thing to be able to drive execution. So that combination of having an appetite for risk and being able to see what you want to do and actually doing it and ensuring that you do it till the end until you get the results is one thing that is a very odd combination to have in one person. So that is one value that even I as a leader I'm trying to also learn from him, because
I think number one, in my bag I have a converter. That thing has punished me quite a bit.
Absolutely number one.
When I started traveling, my converter is my number one item. My backpack is a pharmacy. I travel quite a bit, and in travel you get a little sick, you get cold, you get fever, you need Imodium. My pharmacy must go with me. I have way more than that inside my bag, by the way, but my pharmacy goes with me. All legal drugs. Why not life?
Legal medication.
Legal medication. And then number three for me is I don't know what's number three. Maybe my laptop, or I always have my computer with me, because that's how I work. But I think that's my number three. Those are the three most important things in my bag, actually.
Travel adapter, definitely number one. Definitely number one. The one that has the multiple
heads,
heads for, regardless of whatever country. Actually, I have my hand luggage. I always have like two in it. I don't unpack anything. I unpack, those ones remain there. So yeah, travel adapter. Number two, because I've learned this the hard way, that you can go to multiple countries that the weather can play a fast one on you. Some of us for cold just need a shawl or a scarf. We don't need medication. We don't need we don't need like a suitcase filled with medication. But I always have a scarf or a jacket or a sweater in case it gets cold. Sometimes not even cold in the country, cold on the aircraft, just something, that layers that you can pull on and take off depending on the weather. And number three, my mobile phone. Lazy Sunday, I spend it at home, literally on my bed, watching TV with my family, with my husband and my girls, pretty much. That's a lazy Sunday for me.
My lazy Sunday, I'll tell you how my lazy Sunday starts. I start my lazy Sunday by waking up and eating breakfast. I eat breakfast, I eat a nice breakfast, and then I watch a little bit of TV. Then I get bored from watching TV. Then I pack a bag and I go to the beach. Just knowing that we all have finality, and that death is the finality of our lives, and understanding that, I don't know when that day is going to be, so I'm going to do my best every single day I wake up, and every day I show up. And actually, this is how I'm going to say, I have to make sure that I show up every day. That I don't have enough day, that I don't have room for enough day, because I cannot lose a day, because I'm on a timer. I live life like I'm on a timer.
I would say challenges. And a challenge could be anything, could be a difficulty professionally, personally. But I would say looking at challenges through the perspective of you having the capacity to overcome it. Not looking at challenges like a roadblock, but looking at it as a hurdle that you actually have to go over. The biggest growth for me personally, and privately, in my private life and also professionally, have come in periods where I had to overcome challenges. So for me, when I encounter a challenge, sometimes I'm happy because I know that I have to, there's growth on the other side of that challenge if I can actually push through, and that's what then gives me that additional motivation to continue to push through. So yeah, challenges.
One word for other leaders is do. One word for employees is do. And one word for customers is please buy.
One word for staff, for employees, is consistency. One word for leaders is results. One word for our customers is love.